All right, so the New York Rangers have acquired Justin Braun from the Philadelphia Flyers in exchange for a third-round pick in 2023. And for New York, they pick up a guy who's been there before. Justin Braun has been on many long playoff runs. He's a pretty solid, more of a defensive type of defenseman. And he's a free agent at the end of the season, so clearly a pure rental move here. And New York's a team that, even though their goals against are pretty good, a lot of that can be attributed to their great goaltending they've gotten this year from Shesterkin and even Georgiev. I think they do want to tighten things up a little more defensively as far as not giving up so many shots and not so many high danger chances. And I think having a guy like Justin Braun should help them accomplish that. All right, next up, the Montreal Canadiens have traded Artturi Lehkonen to the Colorado Avalanche in exchange for a second-round pick in 2024 and defense prospect Justin Barron. And the Habs retained 50% of Artturi Lehkonen's salary. It seems like we're seeing a lot of salaries being retained by teams that are trading guys out. I could be wrong, but it feels like a little more, that's happening a little more this time around than in other years. Montreal gets a guy in Justin Barron who sounds like a pretty good defense prospect. He's only played 2 NHL games. He's only 21 years old, but he looks like a guy, or he sounds like a guy anyways, who's going to, be a good puck mover, maybe not have a ton of offense from the back end, but produce a little bit of offense. But his primary role looks like it's going to be, or sounds like, once again, it's going to be more of a defensive type of role. All right, now the Ottawa Senators have traded Josh Braun to the Boston Bruins along with a conditional 7th-round pick in 2022 in exchange for Zachary Senyshyn and a 5th-round pick in 2022. I really like this deal for Ottawa. I was hard on them in the Nick Paul trade, but they get a guy in Senyshyn who, he's been struggling. He was drafted 15th overall back in 2015. He never really lived up to his potential, probably drafted higher than he should have been drafted by Boston. The Sens, they also pick up a 5th-rounder in 2022. Obviously not a high pick. Didn't expect them to get a high pick for a guy like Josh Braun. I also want to mention that the conditional 7th-round pick that's going to Boston is going to be moved up to a 6th if Zachary Senyshyn plays in 5 games for the Sens this year. And the scouting report on Senyshyn is he's a fast skater and he's a rugged winger. For a guy that's a fast skater, though, he just can't seem to crack the NHL. Full-time, that is. Anyways, he's only played in 14 games. He only has 1 career goal. Maybe him coming back to his hometown team. He is from Ottawa, by the way. Maybe that's what he needs to get his career going. We'll have to see. Those are my thoughts on those trades. I'm not going to be able to cover every single trade. There is a lot. There's a lot of minor ones and stuff like that I'm not going to be able to get to today, so I apologize for that. But please do like and subscribe and share this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.